This is right here. Hello and welcome to Relax Epilepsy Portal. My name is Alana Delgado and I'm here with my daughter, Virginia Delgado.
I'm the star of the show.
She stole my line. I used that line already. Okay. So, Virginia, don't eat right now. Virginia has been diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 13. You just have to expect that. She's going to be doing all weird stuff because she thinks if she's in the back seat of the car that you guys can't see her. Yeah, they can see you, okay? Yeah. So, as I said, Virginia has been diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 13.
No,
She
I was
has
diagnosed at 14. My first
um,
seizure was at 13.
she has all different types of seizures, many different types of seizures. And I have been able to document those seizures throughout the years and put them on video. First, to be able to have them for our records, to be able to learn from them, and to be able to provide information for neurologists, and to be able to provide something of value to you, where you'll be able to see other people's seizures and understand that you are not alone, to understand them better, and not to feel isolated, that you're not the only one that this is happening to. And now our channel is meant, I have created it to provide support to people who have epilepsy and non-epileptic seizures, and that's what we're here for. Okay, we have created a lot of videos already, and a lot of them have the actual live seizures in them. A lot of them are to provide you with information on specific topics. And today's live stream is about, it's on the topic of absence seizures. Okay, so we'll be talking about absence seizures. And the reason I have started over is because we were missing audio from the live stream. So I apologize for this. I have a cold as well, so I'm not feeling very well. But I didn't want you to miss this live stream. And we have missed last two. Virginia was not feeling well. We were not able to do that. So we will do our best to have our live streams on Mondays. Now, if Virginia is not well, I will let you know, and then we'll postpone it either to Tuesday or Wednesday, depending when she is available again. So Mondays is a live stream. We're going to be putting on at least 3 videos a week for you guys. So the days would be Sunday, Monday, and I think it was and a Wednesday. Okay, so the other days will be regular videos. It could be videos with music in it, to provide you with calming, relaxing music, for you guys to help you fall asleep and help you relax and calm anxiety and things like that. Okay, so I would like to start off with telling you about absence seizures and what they are. And so Sophie, I have a question for you. If when you came on, was there any volume at all, or was I just talking and there was no volume?
She said there was no volume, because she says, "Oh, right now we have no sound." Oh, right now we have no sound again. That's when you turn the mic thing off.
Okay.
And then she says we are good now.
Okay, so I don't know whether this is gonna be okay, you know what? The dog and Virginia are acting out. So I'm gonna attend the dog first.
She just wants attention.
And you guys can deal with Virginia.
Slowly. Deal with me. That's your choice of words?
Yes.
Deal with me?
Stop.
Okay, so Molly asks, what is it like to have epilepsy? Well, at first, when you first start having seizures, you have no idea what's going on unless you have family members that have seizures. So then, but if you don't have anybody, if you don't know anybody that has epilepsy and you've never heard of it before, it can feel very isolating, and like especially when you're first diagnosed, it can feel very isolating. At least for me, it did, because I didn't know anybody. I didn't even know what epilepsy was. I didn't know what seizures were. Neither did my mom when I started having seizures. And I wasn't diagnosed until a year after I started having seizures. And so I felt alone. I was in the hospital at the end of the school year when I was 13. Just before I turned 14, I was in there for about a month for them to figure out what was going on, and it was really frustrating because I couldn't spend time with friends. As a teenager, you wanna do stuff. You wanna be able to go out, and it was just. Oh wait, no, I was in grade 9 at that time. So I was 14 and turning 15 that year.
You don't have energy for it.
So,
you're sick.
Yeah, so I missed some exams, and so that was upsetting.
You have to retake exams.
Yeah, you have to retake. You have to get a doctor's note and go through a whole process of
Sorry, honey.
Rescheduling exams with your teachers, and
I had to get often involved, talking to the teachers and explaining that she has epilepsy, and if people don't know enough, they may not understand. We had a couple of teachers, one especially difficult one. It was
the math teacher.
Yeah. So who was giving Virginia a really hard time, and I believe that's when people either don't understand or don't care. But there is not enough training in the school system yet to, for teachers and the staff at school to know about epilepsy, and that should change. Because people who have,
a lot more people have. It's more common to have seizures now. Sophie mentioned in a previous time that it's about 1 in 26 in the States that have seizures, that have epilepsy.
Yes.
Here, at least in Toronto, it's 1 in 100, as far as we know. It could be a smaller, smaller number, like a higher percentage of people that have seizures now in Toronto, so I'm not sure. Sophie also said, Mom and I think I started having seizures when I was 3. That's what she said.
Okay, yeah, and then Sophie was she actually sends me videos, sends us videos, and of her seizures, and she communicates with us and tells us what the seizures are like.
She sent me a video today, actually.
Okay, and so I will show you some of Sophie's videos. So we're gonna start over because this obviously has, unfortunately, Virginia, we have to start over. There was no volume at all, man. And you can learn while you while I'm going over this. We are learning every single time you repeat something. You just learn more of it, and it's gonna be internalized. and you will be able
Hi,
to provide
Anthony.
this information. Hi, Anthony. Welcome to Real XL Epilepsy Portal. I wanted to tell you my name is Elena Delgado, okay, and this is Virginia Delgado, my daughter.
And the star of the show.
Stole that line from me. Okay, and Virginia has been diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 14. She started having seizures that we know of at the age of 13. And she has developed different types of seizures. Maybe not even developed. I think she already had different types of seizures, but the ones that are smaller seizures, which I call the absence seizures, they are not easily noticeable. So she had partial seizures. I know.
You have multiple.
Yeah, the one that we're talking about, in our other live stream, where you had the one at the door, that was a partial seizure because you were still cognitive, but you were not able to speak. All right, okay. So I wanted to tell you that our channel has been created for the reason to provide you with support for people with epilepsy and people with non-epileptic seizures. And
How are you not keeping a straight face? How are you keeping a straight face?
because I'm thinking, I'm focused, okay. Yeah, like this is no, I think she's bored. Okay, so I'm gonna start a little bit, really. So we don't know when you're a lot bored. We don't know what that is like.
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna start over, and I'm gonna tell you about what absence seizures are. I'm gonna go over the information that's on the internet. I want to tell you that there are a lot of what do you call misconceptions about seizures. A lot of people don't know that they have seizures. So today we're gonna focus on absence seizures. I have a lot of footage of Virginia's. Yeah, go ahead, honey. No, Virginia's gonna be right back. So we have a lot of footage of absence seizures. For those who don't know, there are different types of absence seizures, okay? And Virginia has different types of absence seizures. We have some footage of that as well. We already have videos out on those seizures, so when you guys want to go to excuse me, to check it out, go to our main channel page and just click on the videos, and you'll be able to scroll and see different types of seizures. So you can watch them. We have documented tonic-clonic and absence, tonic-absence, eyelid myoclonia. So those are absence with myoclonia or absence with tonic. Now the myoclonia is known a little bit more than the tonic absence, and we also have footage of that, and that's very unrecognized, still unrecognized type of absence seizure. Okay, so I would like to go over the seizures, okay, tell you what the absence seizure is. And the reason I'm starting over is because there was no volume. So if any of you has seen this already, I'm just going to repeat it because, like I said, there was no volume. Alright, so what is an absence seizure? An absence seizure causes a short period of blanking out or staring into space. Like other kinds of seizures, they're caused by brief abnormal electrical activity in a person's brain. You guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and write them down. And when Virginia comes back, she will read the questions. as we go along, and we also at the later on we're going to have a Q&A. Okay. An absence seizure is a generalized onset seizure. So there are typically, seizures are categorized. The main categories are two categories of generalized seizures, which means it begins in both sides of the brain at the same time. So the whole brain is affected. And then there's partial seizures, which are only where the part of the brain is affected. So absence seizures are generalized onset seizures. Okay, an older term is petit mal seizures. For those who probably know it by that name, it is the same thing. Absence seizures usually affect only a person's awareness of what is going on at that time with immediate recovery. So what do absence seizures look like? There are two types of absence seizures that may look a bit different. Both types of seizures are short, and people often don't notice them at first. I have a footage here. I will show it to you. They may come and go so quickly that no one notices anything wrong. Honey, if you're hungry, just go ahead and eat a little bit, bring water. Make sure you're hydrated. Just give me a second because I have to make sure I'm hydrated. Okay. So both types of seizures are short, and people often don't notice them at first. They may come and go so quickly that no one notices anything wrong, or observers may mistake the symptoms for simple daydreaming and not paying attention. So when it is usually or often misdiagnosed, okay? In a lot of people, if anyone in your family or any of your friends act in that way, you know, they stare into space. Yes, you can have that, of course. They stare into space, you know, when you talk to them and suddenly they're not there for a few seconds and then they come back,
they're on
you know,
vacation.
like nothing happened, okay? More than likely they have absence seizures, okay? So two types of absence seizures that are categories here. There are many more types, but so there are typical absence seizures and atypical absence seizures, okay? So typical absence seizures are the most common. I don't know about that, but the person suddenly stops all activity. It may look like he or she is staring off into space or just has a blank look. The eyes may turn upwards and eyelids flutter. So that would be an eyelid myoclonia with absence, okay, which is still not, it's considered absence, but this is two different types of seizure in that I believe what it is. The seizures usually last less than 10 seconds. So these are very short seizures. A few seconds, the person goes like into the seizure quickly, and you know, when they come out, there's really no postictal state. They just like come back right to do whatever, you know, they were doing right before the seizure. So atypical absence seizures. These absence seizures are called atypical because they may be longer, have a slower onset and offset, and involve different symptoms. So those are usually the ones Virginia has. The seizure still starts with staring into space, usually with a blank look. There's usually a change in muscle tone and movement, and the change in muscle tone, that is if the person stiffens up in an absence seizure, that is a tonic-absence seizure, okay? Those are two seizures happening at the same time. I could call it two seizures happening, or there's just more, you know, the brain is just affecting more parts of the body. So tonic-absence seizures, Virginia has had those, and I have documented them. Well, there's one video out already, and I will show you a short part of that video. So you may see blinking over and over that may look like fluttering of the eyelids. That is the eyelid myoclonia with absence, which we also have a footage. And you know what? I'm going to show you the eyelid myoclonia with absence. Where's the eyelid?
On top.
Right here. Okay, let me just get rid of that. Okay. Volume. I need to know how volume is not working. Okay. So yeah, okay, so this was the eyelid myoclonia.
You know, these are open.
Yeah, they're supposed to be open. Okay, and Virginia's tonic-absence. Okay, wanted to show you the one. I wanted to show you the one that.
Tonic-absence is the first one, Mama.
Okay, tonic-absence. Yes. Okay, so I want to show you the tonic-absence. Okay, this is a tonic-absence seizure that she had, and I only noticed it later on. She has sometimes she acted differently after the seizures. So the short absence seizures, when they're just plain absence, she usually wants to drink water. The longer seizures, when in a tonic, in this one she actually did drink water, but some of the longer tonic she doesn't want to drink water. So I don't know what's going on. You know, the body acts and reacts differently to the seizure. But this was a tonic seizure, and I've noticed it. Then now when she has the seizures, I always check if it's a tonic to make sure, you know, that I address her post-ictal state properly. You know, she may be in a lot of pain if it's a tonic, because the body stiffens up, and you know, the person may be in a lot of pain afterwards, and a headache and body pain all over, and that happened to her often. And that is very unrecognized seizure still. There was I have found one article on that type of seizure. I think it was a university in the States that had studies about it. And are you okay? Okay, she's having a seizure right now. Okay, she's having a seizure right now, so always time your seizures, and sometimes she'll come out of a seizure, so she's not okay. So she's back with us. Hi, honey. Want some water?
I got a good carrots in my mouth.
Okay. Are you gonna drink some water?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
So if he says in pre-K, I would get angry and punch anything that was in front of me. That is when it was suggested that my parents should take me to a therapist. Saw him for the next 10 years, and I stopped because I was seeing my current therapist. So I guess you changed therapists.
Okay. So I'm gonna show the tonic absence first, and then Sophie, I'm gonna show your video, the one you sent to me, where you're talking about you know, difficulty in learning at school. Okay. So as I was expecting, these are tonic seizures. Looks like an absence seizure, but it's a tonic because I'm trying to move her muscles are really hard and rigid, and I can't move her arms. Okay, honey, try to snap out a little bit. This is the absence tonic seizure, and in each seizure is usually each seizure may be different. Okay, each seizure is different. It will be different by, the intensity and how long it's gonna last, and things from the outside affect you as well. So I want to show you a different type of seizure that Sophie has, flurries. Okay, she has very short or shorter types of seizures usually, and so she has them in clusters. So there's going to be a lot of them, one after another, and excuse me, and each seizure manifests differently in each person because everyone is different. So there are no two people that have the same type of seizures. Okay, they may be called the same, but the manifestation of them are different. Some things are going to be always different from one person to another. So each person has their own type of seizure. Okay, so this is okay, no, not this one. Okay, this is a short seizure that Sophie had, and she sends us those videos.
But I just wanted to explain a little bit more. So, because
Is the volume up?
my mom and dad didn't know that I had seizures, they
Okay, so now you can see how the seizure
I
has.
had OT,
She had a very short one.
occupational therapy,
When she opens her eyes,
and
that was
physical
like a
therapy.
very short, like a what, 2 second
So,
seizure,
I was
right?
very little. And also, with the
Okay,
processing
I don't know if
disorder,
this is the right one. Hold on.
I could be in the classroom on Monday and I'd be taught a new concept. I'll go home, I won't learn it. I won't learn the concept. Go home, go back to school, they're on a new topic, go home and go back to school. 3 days later,
Okay, so now you can see how
finally,
the seizure
the topic
has.
that I was
She had a very short one. When she
taught
opens
on
her
Monday
eyes,
finally clicked in.
very short.
So that's the type of, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so yeah, so learning difficulties. Okay, that happens often. The children are misdiagnosed with ADD, with what else? ADHD. They're misdiagnosed. So Sophie was misdiagnosed when she was younger as well, and a lot of people have to go through this because they don't understand, they don't know what's going on. When Virginia first started having her seizures, I did not know what was going on with her. Yes, honey.
Sophie said that the reason she had to go to the therapist was for the anger because she was having hundreds of them a day.
Yes,
And that's understandable.
that is really understandable. Like, I mean, you go through this and you don't know what is happening. You say, you probably ask yourself, why is this happening to me, and what did I do? And you didn't do anything, just
The therapist should be paying you.
okay, so there's another one, absence. Okay, so this is a different manifestation of absence seizure here. I want to show you this one. That's another absence seizure. You can see her eyes opening. Okay, so she's having, and then that was it. And that was a very short seizure. Okay. Let me just get rid of that. And here's is Sophie at school. Okay. So this can happen anywhere, at any time. It's usually and many times associated with, not associated, it just happens when a person is stressed. The stress can bring on seizures, and the more stress, of course, lack of sleep, and then wrong foods can also affect your well-being, and your seizures. So this is Sophie at school. You can see the seizure right there. You know, like, I can hear you eating those carrots. Is there anything else you can eat?
No.
Distracting. And there, okay, and she's out of the
Sophie
seizure.
said
So,
it's strange seeing herself.
thank you, Sophie. So we really want to thank you a lot for providing us with this footage, and for your permission to put it out. It is a lot of help for other people to see that there's so many other people suffering from this, and it brings them comfort to know that they're not alone, that others go through this, and that they can learn from it as well.
It helps with awareness.
And of course, to help with awareness, and to help
expand the amount of people that see.
To help other people understand what epilepsy is. Like I mentioned before, I didn't know when Virginia started having seizures what it was, and we have covered.
I thought I was dying.
So see how she felt, okay? Because it is like, for her it was a scary experience, a really scary experience, which I didn't understand myself, and I didn't know what it was. So I thought first she was playing. She thought.
Imagine how I felt with thinking I was dying and you were laughing. You were thinking I was
Because
dying.
because she used to like to goof around. So
used to.
okay, she loves goofing around. So so I thought that she was just goofing around, and until the point where she burst into tears, and then I understood that something is wrong, and then later on we addressed the problem. But unless there is someone there to point it out to you, this could be seizures, because it was your friend's mom or aunt that said that you probably have epilepsy.
Yeah, it was her.
Yes, it was her friend's aunt who is a nurse, and she is the one who said she should really be checked out, because she should really be checked because she may have epilepsy, and that's how it happened. Like,
Yeah,
otherwise I wouldn't know.
She saw me have a seizure.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
My friend's mom too saw me have a seizure.
Yeah, I didn't know what seizure. My idea of seizures was people fall to the ground and foam. So yeah. Well, what's going on?
Sophie said that she always jokes about this, but the one benefit about having absence seizures is you are really good at staring contests.
Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, we also joke many times about
If
seizures.
you can't laugh at yourself, you're not gonna be happy, man.
Okay, so this is a nice one for you guys. There's a little bit of laugh.
Which one is this one?
You'll see.
I didn't see.
Hi. You have to stop seizing, huh? And relax.
You know,
The look on my face.
So you're laughing because... why are you laughing?
Because I can't control it.
What?
I'm supposed to stop seizing. I can't control it. I need my medication.
You missed it?
I don't have my medication. I need my medication.
Okay.
Just for making me.
I said that, but I know that there's nothing you can do about it.
okay, so that's it, I think. All right, so that's over. So that's a little humor for you guys. a little epilepsy seizure humor for you. Okay, so I want to continue. Put down the volume a little bit, honey. So I want to continue talking about the seizures. Okay. So atypical absence seizures. So these are the ones that Virginia has, and so they are longer, as I said, and one of them, one of the very first ones that she had that I have noticed, and it was hard to notice because it was over 15 minutes. I didn't show the Algonquin yet, did I?
No.
No. So it happened in Algonquin Park, which is a Canadian, what do you call it?
National park.
National park. It's humongous. It has like
Huge. It's like
It's-
Yosemite in California.
it's got hectares and hectares of property,
Actually,
And-
yeah, it's just pretty much just like Yosemite.
and it's huge. There is no the only thing over there is like you can just go to the store and probably just buy food ready now. Virginia had a seizure over there. Let me just
Is
show
there
you.
a waterfall in Algonquin?
I don't know.
I think so.
Okay, so this is the Algonquin Park seizure. And that one lasted for over 15 minutes.
I was in my bathing suit in that
Seizure for 2 minutes.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
I was ready for that after. I was expecting actually a tonic-clonic seizure after that.
and I was expecting to go swimming.
The only place you were swimming in was in your dreams afterwards.
Oh,
'cause
that's
you-
when I have red hair. Oh my gosh, it shows.
So, anyways, I put the stuff. She was sitting on a bench, and I put the stuff ready
I
on the
browse
ground to grab her, and so there's a myoclonia, if you can see there. So she might have had a tonic as well at some point, which I don't know because I didn't know about tonic-absence seizures at that point. And yeah, so now she's starting again. And so I was ready to bring her onto, off of the bench, like to grab her and lay her down on the ground. She was just sitting there for like good 15 minutes, and I had my iPhone on me, and I just recorded this.
Ooh, my lips
So-
are like bluish. Mama, you can't you can't go up to see it's in the video.
What?
You went like this to see if you could check it. See, look, my bottom lip. You can see my bottom lip is kind of bluish.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess in a tonic, a person could, maybe, I don't know, I'm just speculating right now.
Some lack of oxygen.
Yeah, because when it's tonic, the body tenses up and, could have difficulty in breathing. Okay, so this is a very long video. I'm not going to play all of it. But just so you know, this lasted for over 15 minutes. We had no, I had no way to take you to any hospitals. There is no hospitals for miles over there. So maybe at least, I don't know, 100 kilometers at least from where we were. So that's like, yeah. Yeah, so from there she just rested. She went to sleep. I packed the rest of because we were about to leave the park. So I packed the rest of the stuff and we just left. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm done with that. Okay, so let me go back to the absence seizures. So there are different things that can happen at the same time with the blank look. So blinking over and over may look like fluttering of the eyelids. That's called eyelid myoclonia. Okay, and I'm gonna show you that. Oh, I did show you eyelid myoclonia, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, never mind that. And smacking the lips or chewing movements. Smacking.
Unless you actually have.
Virginia
children
really
mouth.
didn't. I have never seen her. It doesn't mean she didn't. It didn't happen. But I've seen her chewing movements. Sometimes, if she was
You mean
already.
like-
Yeah. It happened
that's
even a
smacking
couple
the
of
lips.
times. Is it?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. And then rubbing fingers together or making other hand motions. I'm gonna show you a video on that. Where is that? Yeah, that one. And so you can see that she's confused. Why are you laughing?
Because it looks funny.
No, it doesn't.
I'm imagining, thinking to myself,
playing.
what are these?
So okay, so the person, she's completely
Where did these
unaware.
come from?
Virginia?
She's completely unaware of what has happened. Okay. Okay, so we're just having a laugh spree right now.
Why didn't you
Laughing spree.
lay down?
All right, so the person is unaware when they come out. If the seizure is longer, now that one is obviously longer, because the longer the seizure, the longer the post-ictal state, meaning the state after the seizure when the person comes back, to the consciousness and to having awareness of what
Okay,
is
and then-
happening and where they are,
I think I heard mom.
and
Okay,
always be.
Mom.
I think I'm talking. in the
Do you
video,
remember
so-
calling me?
Well, Sophie said that. Oh,
Go ahead.
Sophie said that the perfect ingredients for a seizure:
Called you
stick
and
a
asked you
kid
if you're
on the
okay
beach
and you
on
want
a
to
90-degree
Sorry,
day,
I came
then
running
take
here.
their photo.
want
Just
some water?
saying.
Okay. Hold on. Let's finish this video first. Okay, there's the water. Okay,
I actually had a seizure with my friends when I
That's-
was at Toronto Island, and
make me feel better.
it was really hot that day. I think
Yeah,
it was even
Okay, at
hotter
least
than it was
this
in
seizure was
Yeah.
short. It was.
I don't know how high the
Maybe
temperature
1
was
minute.
in Fahrenheit.
healthy burp over there.
Okay. So that's good.
Okay,
That's
so
progress.
oh my God.
All right.
No, guys, my thing freeze. Oh no way.
I'm gonna lie down.
Mama, I think your thing is fine. You just
No, it froze on me. Let me just see. Okay, so
it's fixing.
something's going
It's
on.
better now.
Oh, okay. So we're back. Oh, thank you. All
The
right.
mouse is fine.
So what was
The mouse
what,
didn't run away.
what were we gonna? Oh, okay. Sophie's joke. Go ahead, Sophie. Virginia, repeat the
I
joke.
said it.
No,
The perfect ingredients for a seizure: stick a kid on the beach on a 90-degree day and then take their photo. Just saying.
So, okay, for any of those who don't know, this is just an inside joke for those who have seizures. All right. You have to laugh at things. Make life as happy and as interesting as you can, right?
Look
Yes.
at the positive side of things.
Okay, so I didn't show you this one yet. I want to show you a seizure where we were shopping.
Positive side of things. Positive side of an absence seizure. You don't have to listen to people who are upsetting you.
Oh, her specialty. When I tell her stuff she doesn't want to hear,
That's a
you
trigger.
know what? She'll have a seizure. Okay? Do you remember me saying this and this and this? No. Because I'm talking, and
My
then
brain
I'll ask
literally
her.
does not want to hear it.
Oh, I know.
So it takes a vacation.
Yes, so I know. Yes, so yeah. So and then that's a trigger. When
It's
people,
a little bit frozen.
it's a little bit frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you bring
Hang
the
on a second.
hair dryer. Well, unfreeze it with a hair dryer. What? It's funny. Maybe. Okay. So
It's
a little bit unfrozen. Okay. So
okay.
now this will give me an opportunity to I wanted to say this at the beginning, but I didn't get a chance. So I want to thank all of you who have been our subscribers and who have been on our channel watching our videos, our fans. We want to thank you for reaching the 600 subscribers milestone. Well, I already did it.
So true. She was talking about the taking a vacation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you probably take a vacation many times too. So this way, you don't have to listen to everything. That
Is upsetting you.
yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I have. Okay.
That's the key to having a happy life. Absence seizures.
Okay. So I'm gonna continue with the absence, the information on the absence seizures. Okay, and I don't know why this is moved.
I want to
again.
stop to thank everybody for being alive. Thank you.
What?
I want to stop to thank everybody for being alive. So thank you.
Oh, I'm on the. Okay, so this is. Okay, Zena, stop it. Our dog is just being. She's a
The
young.
puppy.
She's a young dog. She's still like.
She's a teenager.
Yeah.
Or
So
she's preteen.
let me continue giving you information about what the about the absence seizures, because this is our live stream is about absence seizures today. So who is at risk for absence seizures? Absence seizures are most common in children from age 4 to 14. However, older teens and adults may also have absence seizures. Some people have absence seizures for many months or years before it's recognized as a problem. So what causes this delay? It's very common for people to mistake absence seizures for daydreaming and not paying attention. Absence seizures are most likely to affect children. Again, this has changed a lot over the years. So there's a lot of adults who actually now have absence seizures, and paying attention is a common problem for children. Okay, so since daydreaming can happen often in school for many different reasons, it may be hard to know if the staring is a seizure or not. I was already saying that. Okay, so what is it like to have an absence seizure? Virginia, I'm going to read this, but before I read this, why don't you tell people what it is it like to have an absence seizure to you, because you've obviously have had enough experience to tell people from the person who has them point of view.
Usually I have headaches. I can't really tell like during because I'm not there. I mean, all I can tell from like after when I come out of it is I usually have headaches. Sometimes they're really, really bad headaches. Sometimes not so much. But most of the time I'm like super thirsty. Not thirsty like when you see Channing Tatum shirtless, but like for water.
Okay, you go ahead, honey. I'm gonna go attend the dog because she's crying a lot.
I can't really say because, I mean, I just find that it's like the tonic-absence seizures. My muscles always hurt. Sometimes they're. Just bring her here. Mommy's sick.
No.
Bring her here.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Sit. Watch her. She doesn't. Be careful.
Good girl.
Okay. So, okay, relax. Calm down.
You sick?
Calm down.
She's just happy to have attention. She's trying
Okay,
to steal my
so,
candy cane.
my apology to live stream. I think it's YouTube who's not,
Yes, YouTube was
who's
being-
giving us trouble to have this live stream, really nice. Okay, so, so we were talking about Virginia's point of view of what it means to her to have absence seizures, because we're talking about absence seizures today.
I just mostly get annoyed after realizing I just had an absence seizure.
And why do you get annoyed?
I get annoyed because that's time out of my day that I can't be productive.
Okay. Plus, you don't know what's been happening while you were away,
Exactly.
right? And you just want to go on to
Unless
do
you're
your
complaining
things.
about something, then I'm glad I had the seizure.
So I'm glad I didn't have to hear that one. Okay, so yeah, let's go over the rest of the things. So, what is it like to have an absence seizure? Okay, this is a description on the web. When people have absence seizures, they are not aware of what is happening around them. Okay, for example, they will not notice if someone tries to speak to them during the seizure. Did they play the one in the store? Or did they play that
the
one?
Canadian Tire, yeah.
Okay, so if a person is speaking when their seizure begins, they will stop talking often in the middle of a sentence. It may seem like a pause to an observer. So yeah, many times I will talk to Virginia, if I talk to her from another room and she doesn't answer if I ask her a question, then I'll go and check and, see if she's having a seizure, or if she's just watching a movie and being focused on something else. So often a child, I don't know why they still say a child, but child
Because
may
it's outdated.
have many absence seizures in a row, and those are the ones that Sophie has, which I didn't, I don't have footage for that, but so this is like one seizure right after another, and it'll be staring and then coming out and staring and coming out and staring and coming out. So that's pretty much like one seizure after another cluster of seizure. The flurries. An observer may not see the beginning or end of a seizure, which I do because we're talking about observers who are not
Aware.
who are not aware what absence seizures are, or who don't know the person. Usually, if it's a family member, you know them for having those seizures. That usually. Sometimes I don't spot it when at the beginning of the seizure, but if she's not responding, then I know she is in a seizure. Okay, and the person may just look confused and not know what has happened. So what happens after an absence seizure? When an absence seizure ends, the person usually continues doing whatever they were doing before the seizure. So this is usually I would say for shorter seizures, the typical ones, because they're very short, so the person is in, and they're when they finish the seizure, they're just like, oh, go on to keep on doing what they were doing before. And Virginia seizures usually, she loses the consciousness for a little longer period of time. So when she comes out of them, she actually has a little bit of a postictal state, many times a headache, she's thirsty, and so, excuse me, and yeah. So generally, no first aid is needed for this type of seizure. This is what I wanted to get at. That you don't need to do anything for an absence seizure. Now, if the seizure is really, really long, we're talking, long minutes, or even like half an hour, yeah, you may be seeking, like after 5 minutes, it's considered a status epilepticus. So if it's longer than so if it's longer than 5 minutes, you should
call an ambulance.
you should go and yes, you should call ambulance. You should go and get checked.
Or just go straight to the hospital because that
Be
might be faster sometimes.
Yes, be checked by the professionals. Okay, when absence seizures happen close together, or a person has many in a day, the person may look or act confused and lose track of what has been going on. So that's why Virginia really doesn't like them, because she doesn't know what's been happening, and it prevents her from doing things that she wants to, then gives her a headache, right? Makes her feel bad. In a classroom, if you're in a classroom, if you're in a public place, then you may feel embarrassed, right? Do you feel embarrassed? Okay, Virginia doesn't, because like she has shown her seizures to the world, and
I mean, what if I got to be embarrassed about, like,
stop drinking my tea.
some tea was spilled.
Go ahead.
So anyway, so I don't feel like I have anything to be embarrassed about. Like, I'm me. I'm not anybody else. Like, I'm not. I don't feel embarrassed. I think the only thing I would ever feel embarrassed about was like. I don't think I feel embarrassed about anything.
Not anymore, because
Not anymore, because I got some flawlessness.
when Virginia, a few years back, I think it was at the age about 18, she was having a lot of tonic-clonic, a lot of them in public, because she obviously a teenager.
Had some at school. Ooh.
She was out a lot, and so she was really embarrassed having her seizures in public. She said, oh, people were staring at me, they were looking at me, and I said, you know what, don't care about that, because the people who look at you, they see you as a person who needs help, who needs to be attended, and who needs medical help. And are you okay? What's happened? No. And
Are you sure?
so when she gets she was upset, and so she said, oh, I had a seizure in the store. Excuse me. Don't feel embarrassed. This is your medical condition. This is something you cannot help, and this is just you. So be yourself. Don't let anybody bring you down by saying anything to you that's negative. Anything. Oh, you have this. Yeah, I have it. This is my condition. People have.
This is my life.
This is the people have all types of different illnesses, and this is this is something that you have to live with and accept it. Okay, accept it as a part of you. Accept the seizures. Don't fight it. The moment you start fighting
That's when
a
the seizures
seizure,
are gonna be more violent.
that's when the seizures are gonna be stronger. Okay, so
I learned that the hard way.
yeah. So okay. So I want to just go down and here. Let me see this. If I can.
Downtown.
Okay, how are absence seizures treated? Okay, so we're not gonna be talking about any medications because this is not our expertise. I am not a medical professional. I am a mom who has many years of experience of different types of seizures with my daughter. And I've been attending her, and we've been learning about seizures as much as possible, about her different types of seizures, so many different types. So that's why we will be addressing different types of seizures in our videos, and we will have discussions as well like this more often, and on different topics. So next time, I think we would like to talk about tonic-clonic seizures, unless somebody or some of you have a different idea. We already have a lot of videos out on Virginia's different types of seizures, so you can go to our library and check those check those videos, watch them. Okay, have absence seizures. How are absence seizures diagnosed? So really, an EEG will be done if the events
really
sound
for?
like seizures, or sorry.
What'd you say really for?
Oh, no, because this is like a lot of this is just
Do
fill out
CT scans too?
fill out information. So the seizures are usually measured by an EEG. Okay, and then they will tell you if you have epilepsy, if the EEG shows electrical
Oh, the CT scan is usually to show if
electrical
somebody has a
activity. So
concussion.
EEG checks the electrical activity in the brain for patterns usually seen in absence seizures. So during the EEG, you may be asked to breathe fast or close your eyes while lights are flashed fast. I don't know why, because I don't think...
No, I think that's an MRI.
The things may make it easier to see absence seizure patterns on an EEG. So yeah, so that's when people are diagnosed with epilepsy, if they have if EEG detects the electrical activity. If it doesn't, then they call them differently. They call them non-epileptic seizure, which is short like NES. It's called NES, non-epileptic seizures. Okay. And yeah, like I said, we're not going to be talking about treatment because
Yeah, but people could also have non-epileptic seizures, but also regular seizures too.
yes, so many people who have epileptic seizures, they may have non-epileptic seizures as well. You may have not been diagnosed with epilepsy and then develop epilepsy. What I believe personally is that just they don't have equipment yet developed that will measure that epilepsy is an activity in the brain, and whether it's produced by your own body and your emotions or it's produced by some outside stuff, it's still on a seizure.
Yeah,
Okay.
because listen, they recently developed a thing that can see stuff smaller than atoms, and it's what keeps the atoms together. And so I was thinking that if they eventually develop something to see, maybe there's smaller electrical signals going through the brain
That are not detected.
yeah, that are not detectable by the technology that they have now. So
Yeah.
maybe they are regular seizures, it's just people can't really see them.
So, again, I would like to say that what should you do if you think that your child may have absence seizures? If you think they are having absence seizures, should talk to your doctor about your concerns. And absence seizures may be confused for other types of seizures. They may be confused for other types of like other conditions.
Yes.
Uh,
Like ADD.
Yeah, and that's another reason why it's so important for that your child sees a doctor to for correct diagnosis, and that you have the EEG done, and that you see an epilepsy specialist called epileptologist. Okay, here we don't have epileptologists. We have neurologists who.
Yeah, in the Toronto Western, there are epileptologists in the epilepsy unit.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think there are only like a couple.
Okay, so I wasn't aware that usually they have well, most common here in Canada we have neurologists
And in
who
the London one too.
okay, because those are more specific, more just for epilepsy, which is makes sense.
But it's not as common, that's the problem. Like, it should be more common because so many people have seizures. It should be more common. Like, neurologists are common. You know, epileptologists should be more common.
Yes. So what's been happening is that first of all, epilepsy is not recognized enough. It's not talked
At
about
least not
enough.
here.
It's not there's not enough even funding from the government going towards everything that has to do with epilepsy, and epilepsy and seizures are starting to be more and more common, and there's more and more people every day who start having seizures. So what we have to be doing is we have to work on awareness and to help ourselves and others to give that information to the world, and so people know what it is, so they can recognize it soon enough, and so they can understand what others are going through as well, because epilepsy is an invisible illness. Like most people, they don't know that somebody has epilepsy, but just by looking at them. And
Invisible disability.
yes, so it's an invisible disability, and a lot of people, they just don't understand that, because they don't understand how hard it is to live with this condition. Maybe Virginia could, tell you a few things, how she feels about her having epilepsy, and what difficulties she has had because of her condition. Excuse me, I'll be back. You go ahead, Virginia.
Okay, well, for me, some of the difficulties that I've had, I can't, like, when I started having seizures, my brain just switched, like, before, I mean, I wasn't, like, a super genius at math or anything before that, but, I mean, I actually liked math, and it wasn't, frustrating, but after I started having seizures, it's like my brain, switched, and I couldn't understand math anymore, like, even, I mean, the most basic simple math, yeah, I could understand, but it still gave me a headache, and it still, like, even if it was, like, a little bit more, less simple, it would give me a headache, and I'd sometimes have a seizure because of not being able to understand it and getting really frustrated, and then that would be a trigger because of being upset. But, I mean, not being able to even apply for certain jobs just because it's super dangerous if you have seizures. Like, you can't work in a factory if you have seizures because it's dangerous. Like, there could be so many different ways that you could get injured, and obviously the factory doesn't want to be liable for that. And things like certain, like if you want a certain job, like for example, when I was a teenager, I decided that I wanted to be crime scene investigator or pathologist, to be more specific. And I realized at a certain point that I couldn't because, for one, if I had a seizure in the lab, I could get injured as well as compromise evidence, and that's not good at all. And you know, it was very frustrating for a long time, but eventually I just kind of came back to what I initially loved so much, was being on camera. And I mean, in a way, it was a good thing that I didn't follow going to be a CSI, because I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as I do being on YouTube. And it may be a lot of work, but I mean, I do enjoy it. And dating is also very frustrating, because some people be like, oh, I don't date epileptics or something like that. I got from somebody that I don't think they understood what epilepsy was, because I think they thought maybe I was possessed or something, because they acted like I had the plague or something, and like it was contagious or something, so they just basically ran out. And one thing, I always have to give the information of my date to my mom, so if something happens to me, if I have a seizure, then she can contact them if I'm in the seizure, and so she can find out what happened. And that's actually happened before. I've gone on a date and I actually had a seizure.
Or if something happens to Virginia while she's on the date and the guy doesn't protect her, I'm gonna go after him. That's one of the reasons. She doesn't know it, but yeah.
I know, you already told me that before. But I mean, don't threaten people. I'm trying to, like, how am I supposed to get a date now?
Oh, don't worry.
Scaring people. Jeez. But yeah, it's one of the very frustrating things is that my mom is very protective over me. And, I mean, moms typically are protective over their children, and like sometimes overprotective over their children. But I mean, she's like at a new level. Understandably so, but I
Thank
mean,
you.
still.
Thank you. At least
it does get frustrating, and
yeah, it may feel frustrating, but it is what it is.
It does.
But it is what it is, and it is me caring about you, and
Yes, I know.
it is making sure that you're okay, and like Virginia has, from.
Bye, Sophie. Enjoy your
Bye.
dinner.
Sophie, you going? Okay, bye.
Oh, on her first test, she got an 81. This last test, she got a 93.
Awesome.
So congratulations.
That's congratulations. That's really good.
Zena, come here.
Okay, so
Good girl.
getting a job, whether you have absence seizures or other types of seizures, when you have epilepsy and you have seizures, it's very difficult to get a job, and you know, a lot of employers don't want to hire anyone. So it's, you know, for those of you who go through this, be patient, continue looking, okay? Someone will hire you. I want you to understand that getting a job, especially if you're young, you think, oh yeah, my epilepsy is preventing from me getting a job. Not necessarily, okay?
And it's against the law over here to not hire someone because, like, to discriminate against people with a disability.
Okay, yes. So another thing
Especially
is,
if they're very qualified for the job.
another thing is, you know, an issue about, you know, whether you should be disclosing that you have epilepsy before you start your job or afterwards.
Yeah,
okay?
some people don't like to disclose it in the interview. They disclose it after they've been hired.
Yeah, so I don't know what the law here is, but I was reading about this online last week. And, you know, this is something that if you can
So
do...
they can't fire you based on your disability.
Yeah, they may give you a hard time if they would really want to get rid of you. Yeah, they may. And that may happen. Be patient, because looking for a job is not difficult just, you know, for people with epilepsy. Looking for a job is a full-time work, okay?
Full-time
And
job.
it's a full-time job. Um,
You got 2 jobs.
and it may get very difficult to find work even for somebody, you know, who doesn't have seizures. So be patient, keep on looking until you find that thing, you know, that works for you, that brings you, you know, the money and, you know, the support that you need, so you can have, you know, comfortable life, because that's what we all aim for, to have a nice life. And just be patient. Like, that's my advice. Be patient, take your time, and be persistent. Use perseverance, okay? Call people back. Like, don't think, oh, I'm gonna wait for them to call me. No, you go ahead and call people, you know?
You gotta be diligent.
Okay, no, persistent. Okay?
Well,
Okay. So, okay, I want to continue on talking about the specifics about absence seizures, because that's what we're here for today. So kids who have absence seizures are usually in danger during a seizure. This is not just about kids. I know why it talks about kids all the time. So, however, absence seizures may cause to have trouble learning, have social problems, and misbehave more often. So, yes,
That
and
explains a
yes to all of it. And yes, Virginia has.
I have misbehaved as an adult.
Yes, so Virginia has a lot of, you know, sometimes a lot of issues.
Outbursts.
She has better days and some not so good, and social problems.
Some horrible days.
Social problems, which Virginia already talked about. You know, making friends. You know, being
Yeah,
able
but
to.
I don't. Well,
You know
I
what?
mean, I don't necessarily not need to make new friends. It's just like, I mean, I've got my own group of friends now that, you know, accept me for who I am, and they understand, so I don't really need to actively be looking for new friends.
Exactly.
Because the ones that I have now, I really trust.
So Virginia has gotten involved in
family.
in Toronto Epilepsy. What's it called?
Oh,
Epilepsy Toronto. Okay.
yes.
And I actually got her involved there.
Yeah,
And
she was very persistent in telling me to go to the youth meetings.
and it was wasn't a great idea.
Yes, I was very annoyed when she kept telling me to go, but I mean, she was right, and I made really awesome friends, and that I think of as family. And my best friend, I think of her as a slightly older sister. So, I mean, you know, it was worth it.
Yes. So the reason why, first of all, we have had a lot of There was a lot of tension at home. Virginia being a teenager didn't help, because when you're a teenager, obviously your
There's a lot of
hormones.
pent up frustration
Yes,
just from being a teenager.
yes, there's hormones screaming out of the body. So, on top of that, she had this, very um, difficult condition that she didn't understand, that I didn't understand, because neither her or me had enough experience with it. And even now that we have experience, sometimes she has those outbursts, and I just understand it more, and I'm more calm about it. But I am a person with feelings, so like at the beginning. So that was just someone upstairs. So at the beginning, when things like that happen, things that that scare you, things that you don't understand that happen to you, it can be scary, frustrating, it can cause anxiety, it can cause sleeplessness, all kinds of,
You mean insomnia?
insomnia, sleeplessness, same thing. And it may cause depression. Virginia has gone through all of it. And I mean through all of it. We also have a lot of footage on that. So if you guys want to, go and check out some of the videos that we have on our channel, you can go and see some of the videos where she talks about how she feels, about the emotional experiences that she has had, about some injuries that she has had. So this is something that I also wanted to talk about. When Virginia was talking about what happens is, even though we're talking about today about absence seizures, our absence seizures, are they dangerous? Um, Absence seizures are considered a mild type of seizures, but because the person who is in an absence seizure is unaware of the surroundings, okay, they're practically not conscious at that time. Other things may happen, and then they may be in the process of doing something, so they can and may be dangerous. So always, beware. If you have a person in your family who has those seizures, always beware, when they're around the kitchen, when they're, doing stuff, to make sure that you're kind of watching over them, and that they're okay doing their things.
Especially around knives.
Yeah, so like, I mean, at one point, Virginia had a lot of partial seizures, and she had a lot of myoclonic seizures, like myoclonic jerking. So I forbid her to use knives. I've replaced like all the knives in the drawer with plastic knives, and I say that's the only thing that you're allowed to use. If you want me to cut something for you,
teenager.
yes,
When,
yes.
I think they stopped like mid-20s. Or no,
Yeah, so she has gone through
a
different
couple
types,
years ago they stopped.
through different phases of seizures, and at different times, different types of seizures. I suspect, excuse me, that it could be hormonal changes, and I also suspect that it could be the medication itself, because Virginia has gone through many different types of medication. The medication is not working for her, and
We're trying any and all options.
yeah, and obviously that's one thing, for those who don't know, that epilepsy seizures are not usually, in many cases, in most of the cases, they're not controlled, okay. So a lot of people, most people, have uncontrolled seizures,
Even though they're taking medication,
even
or
though,
lots of medications at once.
yes. So even Virginia herself, and she has friends who take tons more medication than she does, And the reason why she's not taking more medication is because I told her that we're not going that way.
Well, I don't want to go that way either.
Okay,
It's a lot of
so
hormonal changes just because of the medication.
yes, and you know, when you start blocking your brain's activity from you know, sending signals to the rest of your body, that cannot be good. Okay, so
That's
we
why
are
people get sick.
we are looking for alternatives all the time. We are looking, you know, I have used herbs in the past, which at which point I think Virginia actually got better. I have actually not given her or not made her those herbal teas in a long time, so I have to go back and put my own herbal mix back together for Virginia and start her on that, because I know in the past she actually got better. The way the herbs work is that it has to be something that you do every day and has to be over time, so it's not something that's gonna work right away. Okay, it takes time to take an effect, and there's a lot of herbs that people who have epilepsy and who are on anti-epileptic medication cannot take because of that. So beware, don't just go ahead and buy anything in the store and say, oh yeah, that's gonna help my epilepsy. No, you have to investigate properly. Best if you can afford a person who can you know, obviously guide you in what to take, and who is knowledgeable enough, because you need to understand that everything that you ingest is gonna affect you. Okay, everything is, you know, chemical,
Some things could
biological,
interact with the medications you're taking.
and even foods and drink interact with the medication. So I wanted really to show this. Okay. Over the years, we have changed what Virginia has been eating. She used to be a very
Highly meat ingesting person.
yes. So she used to love meat. She used to love grease on the
I
meat.
mean, I still love
The
meat. It's just vegan meat.
the milk, like the creams and all that. She used to
And I
always
still
drink
love
those.
that. It's just vegan.
Excuse me, off the tables in the restaurant when we're in a restaurant. But so we have changed her diet. So now Virginia is vegan. She's staying away from dairy because our last video was about her allergy to dairy. She had a very bad reaction. So not a non-life-threatening reaction, but you know, you don't know. You know,
They do trigger my seizures.
they trigger you. See, she had several seizures that day, and she was itchy all over. So yeah, you guys go on. You can go and watch the video. So I want to show you the changes that we have made. So no dairy. I am trying to like make the changes to for both of us, because now the wheat and gluten is actually very unhealthy for you. So we're trying to make also changes with that to stay away from wheat and gluten. Where I have stopped buying bread, and Virginia used to like she likes the wraps. Are you okay?
I think I need to go lay down.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to walk you? You want me to walk you? Are you sure? Just leave it here. Leave it here. Okay. So, guys, I'll come back. Virginia's gonna go lie down because she's lay down because she's not feeling well. Okay, hold on. Okay. Zina, stop trying to sniff my makeup and my stuff. So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this to Virginia's room. Okay, and we're gonna continue there because one second, grab this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright? You okay, huh? So normally I would just go ahead and maybe continue, but because she's not feeling well, I don't want her to have a ton of cloning without me being present. How are you feeling?
Dizzy.
Okay, so dizzy, that could be one of her auras. Okay, so then thank you for laying down and for paying attention. Okay, because this is important to pay attention. Let's see if I can get, I kind of wanted to get you and me on camera. Okay, more than anything.
Here, this way, I'm in proper position.
Okay, okay, so, yeah. Okay. Alright. Let me hold on.
What's that?
No, I kind of wanted to cover you up. You're not cold though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so, that's, by the way, our dog eating.
She only likes to eat with an audience.
Okay. So, I will be making a video, we will be putting together a video on absence seizures and different types of seizures, as a video dedicated to just that type of seizures. So you can have information that is a little bit more prepared, because this is a live stream, you know, so everything is live, obviously. And can you, no, off the bed.
But she wants.
No, she's shaking it.
She
Lie
wants to
down.
take care of me.
Lie down.
She's worried about me.
Okay, come here with mommy. Come here with mommy.
Come.
Come with mommy. Come.
Come, Zena.
Okay, so Zena is the beautiful dog. The beautiful girl
Okay.
that
Come.
comes and takes care. What are you doing? What are you doing, Nana? Okay. Go with mama.
Come. It's okay.
Go with mama. Okay, lie down. Lie down, good girl. Okay, that's good girl. You stay with mommy here, okay? You take care of mommy. Yes, you're a good girl. You always take care of mama. And you, well, she's such a good dog. She always alerts me when Virginia is having a seizure. So, okay. See, now it's this. The stream is nice. It's nice and clean. Okay.
I think my
Okay,
room is magic.
She's still moving. There's not enough light. Can I open your curtain, hon? Okay, yeah, she's. So sorry about
Turn on
that.
the other light, the smaller light.
This one? I can
Yeah.
turn that on?
Yeah.
Okay, stop, Zena. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, let me see if I can, how can you tell the difference? Okay, so, this has covered a lot of information about absence seizures. I just want to quickly go over and see if I have showed you all of the footage that I had ready for you. Okay, Virginia, no, the dog cannot play. Okay, no. Okay, so yes, I wanted to show you I wanted to show you the changes in diet that we have made. Okay.
Look at her. She thinks you're mad at her.
Baby, I'm not mad at you. Okay, give me paw. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, don't move anything because she's always trying to put stuff on the laptop. We don't need your paws on the laptop. Thank you. No, you're not playing with my stuff. Stop. Okay, so this is a vegan platter that I prepare. I have some recipes on my Real Excel vlogs channel, so you guys can check it out if you want. And this is a breakfast. So I'm going to show you the breakfast as well. Where is the breakfast? Breakfast, yes. Zina, stop. And so breakfast is young coconut, blueberries, and coconut water. Oh, she cannot be so close to the laptop. Really? That's what's going to be showing. No. No. And breakfast is ready. Young coconut water, and this is, young coconut water, young coconut, and blueberries. So we've been actually applying a lot of, I've been buying a lot of avocados and coconuts for Virginia to make sure that she has proper nutrition, as well as changing the water and what we drink from, obviously from city water and even bottled water to water that we go and get in Canadian Springs, about an hour and a half away from where we live. We drive there usually about once a month, and bring a carload of water back home, and then have it for the whole month. We drink it, we give it to our dogs, and I cook with it.
They prefer it over tap water.
Well, I prefer it over tap water. Is like, it really smells bad. I mean,
you try to give the dogs tap water and they won't drink it.
Yeah, because you can smell the bleach, or sometimes I can smell. I open it and it smells really bad, like decayed. Okay, so anyways, let me see if I think I have shown you all of the footage that I wanted to show you. Anything else that you want to see? We have a lot of absence seizures footage already. A lot of videos have come out, so you can go and have a look on our main page. You go to videos, and then you can look for myoclonic, or so absence seizures. If you are interested in myoclonic seizures, then you can go and have a look at those. So it would be an eyelid myoclonia with absences. That's actually the name of one of the videos. And also you have a video for tonic-absence seizure, and which I already actually shown. I think I have like 2 or 3 myoclonic seizures that I have shown as well. Okay, so I wanted to quickly go to a little bit more information. Let me see. I'm looking at this. Okay. Can stress cause... So, since, we were supposed to have Q&A, but nobody's asking any questions. So, can stress cause absence seizures? A person can have both non-epileptic and epileptic seizures. So NES, NES is non-epileptic seizures, are usually related to a mental health problem. The physical symptoms may be caused by emotional conflict or stress. So, for example, one example of NES is psychogenic seizures, sometimes called pseudo seizures. So,
Pseudo seizures.
pseudo seizures. People who have those seizures, they don't like that term. Okay, so I'm hoping that soon they're gonna change the term.
Because essentially it means fake seizures.
Yeah, so people, like say, oh, these are just, we're faking it. There's nothing about, faking it when a person is
It doesn't feel fake.
completely drained out of energy afterwards and goes through pain and hardship and emotional hardship as well, not just physical. But yeah, so just as I mentioned, yeah, that there are non-epileptic seizures, and for people who have those, there are also seizures. Okay, so
Yeah, there's still seizures.
yeah, in our eyes, there's still seizures.
Yeah, they're called non-epileptic seizures. It just means
True.
that they're different.
Okay. So okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so this thing is freezing up a little bit here. Okay, so let's see if I can get some information on this one. So we have covered a lot about about absence seizures. If you have any questions, we would like for you to put write them down,
Feel free to
comment below the video. There's a place to make comments, and I would like you to comment on the videos, ask your questions. We are here to provide support for you. In the future, we really want to grow our channel, so in the future we'll be able to grow it to a substantial size where we'll be able to give back to the community, and to even if we get to be influential enough in the future. My dream is to have a place where we could have a research, to look for a better way of dealing and addressing seizures, so people don't have to suffer as they do right now. Okay, now I wanted to mention that any of you guys who are new to our channel, and you have not been here before, like, subscribe, and share. Press the bell button so you can receive notifications when the new videos come out. As well as, share. Epilepsy awareness is very important, and it is important to for the world to know what seizures are, because seizures are happening to many more people every single day. Okay, there's new people who develop seizures, and it is something, the number is growing, and it's not going down. So you need to understand that we may have, in the future, most of the population could actually have seizures. Most of the population, that's my prognosis, if we don't find the cure in time, and that's my dream. Okay, so I would like to mention that if you guys would like to share or donate, this is we have posted the links below for PayPal me, and for you can sponsor us on Patreon. I also have other channels. So on Patreon is my vlog channel, I may change it a little bit. Like I'm thinking maybe I just should keep it epilepsy channel, but so right now it's presented as a vlog channel, but it is me and it is us, and if you like to donate, we'll be very happy. The links are below the video, as well as we also,
description.
yes, in the description of the video. And we have posted a few links for you to be able to, if you are a shopper on Amazon, we have posted a few links to a few things that you can have a look at, which are an epilepsy book that was highly recommended by someone that I know, and I have posted a link below as well. You can get that on Amazon, and there was also there's a few bracelets and a gift card. So if you guys could shop on Amazon, it would also help us because we receive a small commission on it, and at no cost to you, of course. And
you get a discount.
in the long run, it will help us as well. So okay, to help us build our channel, like I said, share our videos. Would you like to add anything, Virginia? Make sure you subscribe. Where's my subscribe button?
Make sure to be nice to each other.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Make sure to love all the doggies because doggies are the bestest.
I can't see stuff. Okay, so there it is. Alright. So, Virginia is not feeling well. I don't know how long this live stream has been going for. I don't know if YouTube has the ability to edit this. I have looked at it before, and I don't think it can cut the live stream. Like I would, at the beginning of this live stream, we didn't have audio. So I apologize for that. We're still learning. We're still learning how to use this. So as we learn, the quality, even of the video itself, will improve. We have the camera already. Right now, I still don't know how to, operate it. When I plugged it in, it was just a huge delay. Like the YouTube would just not be streaming it. And we're talking just
2.5 hours.
we're talking about just a regular 1980 by, was it 1920 by 1080? Yeah, so that's your good quality video, and we'd like to bring that to you as soon as we figure out how to get YouTube to live stream it properly. Yeah, so thank you for being with us today. I hope this has shed a lot of light on what absence seizures are for you, and for you to better understand them. We are here to provide the support and the information and the things that we have learned over the years, to share that with you, and for you to to be able to better cope with the condition that you have, because I have seen my daughter go through this over the years, and it's been very difficult for her, and it's been very difficult for me as well, and to learn how to maybe to understanding it better is gonna help you to ease things up in a way of the way you feel about it, of the way that you're gonna be able to cope with it, because there are challenges that life presents us with, and this is one of the challenges. Okay, When you have epilepsy, when you have seizures, you need to learn how to live with it. Okay. Now Virginia is the one that's going through all the difficulties when she has her seizures. I'm the one who's watching it, and it's difficult for me as a parent, to watch your child go through this. Okay, she's always going to be my child, and
No matter how big I get.
yeah, so you're still my child, okay, and it's you love someone, so you
I'm
don't.
still your baby.
It's difficult to watch them, to go through pain, and yeah, so that's one of the reasons we have created this channel, is to help, to provide you with the footage of what seizures are, to raise the epilepsy awareness. Virginia has been so kind and so understanding in in saying, okay, go ahead and provide this, private kind of footage to the world, because it is private. It is, she says, go ahead. If people can learn from it, and people can, and it can help people to, to get better, to learn more, then please,
And not to
please
feel alone.
don't move around, honey. Yes. So that's the reason, why she's doing it. The reason why I'm doing it is because also I want to learn more. As I'm doing these things, I learn more about epilepsy, I learn more about seizures, and I believe that I'm getting closer to finding out more ways of her getting better. And when I find those ways, I can share them with you. We will not be talking about medication too much, like, maybe just mention it once in a while. But we're not medical professionals, so we're not going to be talking, about medication itself, unless we would bring someone like a, neurologist maybe on the show. But that's probably in the future. And for now, we'll just talk about our experiences. And you okay? So our experiences, myself as a parent, I have actually, I think, made about 3 videos about my point of view, what it means to be a parent, what it means, to like see an ambulance and kind of freak out, and, like, my daughter was like inside of a shopping mall, and the ambulance comes up. So, are you here to pick up my daughter? Like, I actually went to them, and we can't give that information. So I was like stressing out because she wasn't answering her phone. So those are the things that, that the parent, goes through, the worry, the anticipation, and sometimes, I have anxiety, because, I'm worried about her. If she's not listening, if I see that she's not okay, she won't lay down, then, I obviously get worked up too. And
we started with me putting location sharing, sending her the link for location sharing so that she can see where I am when I'm walking the dogs, and so she knows if I'm okay or not. Because if I stay in one place, I mean, the typical places that there are like Pokestops and and Poke gyms. She'll know that if I stay there for like a couple minutes, that I'm just like,
I don't know your Pokestops, because I don't play Pokey, so I don't know.
I'll stay for a couple minutes for the Poke gym so I can win the gym battles.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'll move on after that, and so she'll understand.
She is telling you the story, because last time, she put a link, and I was looking at my phone. She's been in that place for like at least 2 minutes. What's going on?
Oh, because Zena was playing with another dog.
Yeah, so she told me the story after, but I sent her a text and I called her and she didn't answer.
Because I was
I
trying
know
to deal with the dogs.
I know, but that's still something that, really have to like pay attention to, honey, because that's my peace of mind.
Because Mama,
But if something's happening to you, I can go and help you. You know how, Virginia she has a tonic-clonic, so she had several tonic-clonic seizures in public, where especially in this area where, you would think that people would help her. Actually, downtown people helped you more than this area. This area people didn't even approach her. Nobody. She was like.
Did I have a tonic-clonic seizure in this area? I don't remember.
Yeah, you had like at least 3, where you told me that people would ignore you completely, and you were actually well enough. You were on the ground when you called me on one time. That was the first one, and you told me. That's why we got the location thing, because I didn't know where she was, and she was trying to tell me where she was, and she couldn't explain it to me, because I don't know if it was the beginning or the end of a seizure. I think it was the end of it, but she couldn't tell me where she was, and like I went out crazy looking for her. I'm disabled, like I use cane and I'm in extreme pain. So I can't really run fast. My running is like somebody's...
Your running is walking.
My running is somebody's slow walk, okay? So, yeah. So, I was like really stressed out at that time. And I was so worried, that she's, that nobody's helping her and stuff. And she says, and I said, is there anybody there? So only people walk by and nobody... And I was crying and nobody would help me. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, what kind of people would do that? Just walk by and do nothing. Okay, so, this is one thing that you really need to address, is if you cannot afford, because a lot of people, have epilepsy and they have health issues, and they're already spending a lot of money on medication, spending the money on everything that goes, with that condition. Usually, jobs that don't pay good or no jobs at all. So, money is usually scarce. But if you can afford, there are watches that actually detect seizures. There are other gadgets that will detect seizures. They will detect...
Because they check they detect the change in blood pressure.
Yes. So some of them, they will detect the change in blood pressure, I think, and temperature, I'm not sure. But yeah, the blood pressure. So I think the Fitbit does that. Those new watches that came out.
They're not that new.
Okay, so to me it's new, because obviously, there are some of them that I've seen that are more for seizures. Like those watches were like around $2,000, and I said, yeah, I can't afford that.
Pretty sure the Fitbit is around the same.
I've seen some watches around $400, okay, and they will measure your blood pressure, so that... if you educate yourself good enough, and you may be able to actually have that, to have that, to actually know if your blood pressure goes up, that you're about to have a seizure.
Yeah, but you have to know what your resting blood pressure is.
That's what you're gonna have the watch for. Okay, so anyways, the first watch I was talking about, that one, someone was talking about it, and they were saying how... so I'm going to investigate this more, and next time I'm going to get you some more information on this. Okay, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post a couple of links, or one link, at least one link, to one of those watches in the description. Excuse me. Very bad cold. So I will post, a link to one of those watches in the description below the video. You can follow any link to Amazon below the video, and just put watches that measure blood pressure or epilepsy. Just type in epilepsy, and then things will come up. And no matter what area you are on, it will take you to, or what country, it will take you to the website that deals in your area, if you want to purchase something. So, those things are available. They may be expensive, like bracelets could go anywhere from, the medical alert bracelets, they could go anywhere from like, I think I've seen some for like $15, up to $100. Like, depends, even more. Depends what you want to spend on it. But what I would suggest is that if you are buying, you have your bracelet here.
Yeah, it's over there.
Where?
Look beside the tripod.
Oh, okay. So I would like to tell you that if you are going to get a bracelet, like everybody has,
Especially with epilepsy.
everybody has preference. So if you have epilepsy, it's a good thing to have a bracelet. It's a great thing to have a bracelet, first of all, for any medical condition, because anyone who's coming around, they're going to see the bracelet and they're going to say, oh, they're going to see the logo. Sorry about that.
Well, don't show my information.
No, I'm not. Okay, but I do. There you go. They're going to see the logo, okay? This one's small, but still purple for epilepsy. Okay, and oh, my apology. Oh, sorry about that. My medication's wearing out. Okay, so
The medical alert itself has information
So,
of the patient and everything.
okay, so this is the other side. This part is engraved, and I have engraved my information, my family's information, phone numbers for people to call in case of emergency. And we can put anything. If the person has allergy to anything that's like that could be immediately given to someone.
Life-threatening.
Yeah, so you can engrave it on your bracelet. So go for those bracelets, the ones that have engraving, because then they can actually contact you. And the reason why I got the plastic one, now everybody has preference, but
Rubber.
sorry, I went for rubber because the ones that Virginia had in the past, they all broke off.
Because I would fall
And
down and
she lost them. Like she lost someone new, so then I said, this one doesn't come off, okay? So
yeah, it's not gonna break
yeah, like
unless
even
you
if
stretch it too much.
now actually when I bought this, excuse me, I bought it with 3 of those bracelet, and then can choose colors and whatnot. So there are straps that are like
Replaceable.
there are material striped. I've seen. So I've put some links as well below the video to some of the bracelets. You can go online and just scroll and find something that's suitable for you. If you don't have one of those, you should really have one. Okay, more than anything, you can put, like I said, you can put the information, phone number, your mom's, your friends, whoever it is that looking after
Emergency contacts.
emergency contact. You can put your allergies on there, and and that makes things so much easier, because when you're somewhere, they don't know who you are. They could take you to the hospital and who are you, what's going on. All right, so this helps. Anything else, honey? You'll have to share, because that's pretty much it. My medication is already worn out, and it's difficult for me to breathe. Would you like to add anything? How are you feeling now? I actually would like for you to share. So Virginia had an aura when we were sitting, because she has today's topic is absence seizures, but she has different types. She, absence, and she has tonic-cloning, and she has partial. So as she was sitting, she had an aura. How are you feeling now? That you lay down?
I did have a seizure after I laid down.
You had a seizure? What kind?
Absence. Because you were talking or saying something, and then you were saying something completely different after.
Oh, okay.
Time travel.
This is one of Virginia's funny videos, time travel videos. Okay, so Virginia is also a YouTuber. If you guys want to check her channels, and look, somebody. She is.
Virginia DG, my health channel, for
Mhm.
tips and tricks on being vegan and to learn more about my epilepsy.
Okay,
Um,
don't move the bed, honey, because
And my comedy channel, Virginia DG Laughs. And
very funny, and she has a lot of.
oh, now you say I'm funny.
You are funny.
Yeah, now you say I'm funny. Now you say I'm very funny.
You are.
I know.
Your videos have improved. See, I'm funny too.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
No, you just sassy.
Yeah, that I have been. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and then my
any,
new.
any more of nice things that you can say about me? Give me a kiss. I'm not kissing her because I'm sick and I don't want her to get the bugs.
Or
Okay.
lipstick.
Yeah.
I have a new gaming channel, Virginia DG Gaming. I'm gonna start posting soon, and very very soon. And so.
And you
I
forgot
look
about your
forward
vlog
to that.
channel, which is like
My
really
vlog
awesome.
channel is my full name. Though.
Sorry?
My vlog channel is my full name.
Yeah. So Virginia.
Virginia
Delgado-
Delgado Gonzalez.
Okay, that's Virginia's vlog channel, which has a lot of her personal vlogs. She talks
Daily
about
vlogs.
she talks about her life, so that, if you're interested to see what life with epilepsy is like, she at the beginning she didn't talk much about epilepsy in her videos, but now she actually has some videos that she talks about her epilepsy. We have a lot of videos here on the channel, a few, not a lot, that she talks about, how epilepsy affected and affects her life. So yeah. Okay. So now we have shared our
Life story.
our channels. My channels are Real Excel Vlogs. And I have also a music channel, so anywhere if you want to see any of my other videos, just type Real Excel and most of it will pop out in the search right away, because I have a few channels and a lot of music, relaxing music.
Pop out.
And I also encourage you to go and check out our music videos, which are actually prepared and meant
For people who have epilepsy.
for people with epilepsy. They are very soft and soothing on the ears, so easy on the ears. Okay, visually pleasing, meaning there's no like flashing lights or anything. So
Very calming.
they are prepared.
I can attest to that.
Yes. And yeah,
I've actually listened to them before.
So we also have like Facebook, Twitter. Oh, so I would like to mention, if any of you have stuck to the end of this video, thank you for that. I would like to invite you to our Facebook epilepsy group, which is a closed group.
You can request to join, and
Yeah, so you request to join, and you obviously have to have a Facebook account, but request to join us. We would have to excuse me,
accept your request.
we would have to be able to see your profile, if you are someone who either has epilepsy or has anyone in a family, friend, or learning about epilepsy. So yeah, you will be welcome to the group. It's called Real Excel Epilepsy Portal as well. Okay, and we also have Real Excel Epilepsy Portal page on Facebook.
Hi,
so,
Sophie. Sophie's back.
Hi, Sophie.
Hello, Margie. Hello.
How was dinner? How was dinner? Come on, tell us what you had for dinner. Come on, Sophie. What you had for dinner?
It's a little bit late, so she's in about 5 minutes.
Okay, so I can keep on talking. What was I talking about?
The Facebook group.
Okay, so yeah. So the Facebook group, we're growing it. Our community here on YouTube is very nice. It's growing in size. If you like, you can comment on anything. You can ask any questions. Just write them down below any of the videos that you're watching. Okay, and we'll be able to, to answer them. The same thing, if you like to have a discussion with, all the members, all the people who have epilepsy. So that's why I invited you to our Facebook community, to our Facebook closed group, okay, which means only people, who have something to do with epilepsy, are accepted, and the information is private, and so you can discuss any issues that you have. I strongly encourage to do that because I really want to grow that community, as well as this one. So if you want to talk in a group, Facebook. If you want to ask us questions or ask anybody questions who has commented on the videos, you may also do that, below the video. Okay, and we encourage you to ask questions. This is the channel is meant for support, and that's exactly what we are here to provide. Okay, so did Sophie tell us what she had for dinner?
Just showing.
Yeah. Sorry for that, guys. We're gonna be finishing soon because my voice is obviously my medication wore out, and my voice is already giving me a hard time. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna be. Do we have to say anything else? Or was it gonna be wrapping up?
I love you!
Oh, you were gonna say how you feel right now.
I have a bit of a headache, but I feel better.
Okay, so
I don't have any dizziness anymore.
Okay, so that's good. Usually, Virginia had that. I tell her, just rest. Make sure, that you're calm before you, start getting up and doing things. And not to get up too fast because that has happened to her in the past and then she would fall down. Right? So...
Noodle legs.
Yeah, well, those haven't happened in a while, so I'm glad for that. So, yeah, the next discussion that we would like to have, which is going to be on Monday, I'm probably we're probably going to be talking about tonic-clonic seizures. If not, I'm going to go over the videos, the video ideas that I have already. Like I have, hundreds of
And
ideas.
we take suggestions too on what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, and not enough.
Just comment down below and tell us what you want us to talk about.
So, if there is an issue that you want to talk about, most definitely, write it down below the video, and we will talk about it on Monday. Any questions you have, just ask. I'm on the channel every day, so I can see, almost every day, unless I'm sick. So, I will see your posts and your questions, and I'll be able to answer them. Okay? Anything else? Oh yeah, all the social media. So Facebook. We're also on Instagram. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. So we have a lot of. Actually, I don't know if any of you use Pinterest, but Pinterest is actually a nice.
Mama, lots of people use Pinterest. Girl, go with the times.
Yeah, and I actually have started Snapchat. I'm not very familiar. Not very familiar with it, so I don't know. But yeah, for now, I think the main things are YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Excuse me. Okay, so my breathing is getting really
At
difficult.
least for her, it's YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah, Virginia likes, everything.
I got Twitter. I got the YouTubes. I got the Instagram. I got the Snapchat. I got the Tumblr. I got the Twitch too. It's Virginia DG on Twitch. If you wanna watch me do my streaming, I'm gonna start that soon.
Yeah, I asked Virginia to do the Twitch. Hopefully.
Mama, I wanted to start doing Twitch since before you suggested that I start doing Twitch. So there you go.
Okay. So it's all your idea then. It was
Yes.
never my idea. It was yours.
Yes, it was my idea. It was just you who just kept saying it.
Give you a little
and,
push.
This is you who kept saying that I should do it now.
Yeah. You should do it now when it's popular because, things change, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're gonna wrap up, honey, because I have a hard time breathing.
Okay, wrap up.
Okay, we're gonna wrap Virginia up. No, she's not wrapped. She's just covered.
It's a joke. We'll wrap up.
So, thank you for being with us today.
We love you.
We love you all. Hopefully, if you're watching the rerun, that I'll be able to fix that. I don't know if you.
Yeah, it's bedtime. It's medication time also.
Yeah, it's
Sophie's
medication.
asking if it's bedtime for me.
Yeah, it's medication time for Virginia, and she'll probably stay up for a couple of hours, or maybe 1 hour, and she'll go to sleep. Because I have convinced her to go to sleep early now.
No,
Thank
I
you for
wanted to go to sleep at night so that I could be up during the day and do stuff during the day.
Yay! Okay? You know what that does? That gives you vitamin D when you're up during the day.
No, that gives you vitamin D when you're out during the day.
Yes, okay, yeah.
And when you have skin exposed to get the vitamin D.
True. But if you're sleeping during the day, obviously you're not out.
Yeah, and people who sleep during the day usually have vitamin D deficiency and also are really sad.
Yeah, so, other issues are like, that we can cover, is, I just started Virginia on, like, magnesium treatment, so instead of her taking it internally, I bought magnesium flakes and, dissolved it in water.
That'll be another video.
That'll be another video, but I still want to show you that. Okay, and Virginia's gonna say, okay, so this is, magnesium flakes, in a health food store I bought. And just dissolve them in water. Make sure you have proper ratio if you're gonna go that way.
Yeah, don't put too many.
Don't put too much; it's gonna burn your skin. Okay, so Virginia, why don't you say thank you everybody for watching?
Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you for coming to our channel.
Thank you for coming to our channel. I have to put the starter there too.
Come on, remember your.
I love you. We love you.
Oh.
And be nice to each other. Love each other. Appreciate each other.
That's our tip of the day. Okay.
Boop.
Remember how I said that we were gonna give
No,
tip
that you
of
have
the
to
day.
really appreciate each other.
Tip of the day at the end of each video. The tip of the day of this video is love each other, okay?
Happy medicating and have a good sleep.
it's not that kind of happy medicating. It's not a very happy one.
Tip of the
But
finger.
it has to be done. So, thank you, Sophie. And who else is there still?
I don't know.
Let's say bye.
Sophie, I don't know if anybody else is here. It still says two watching.
Okay, so, yeah, thank you for being with us. And as always, love each other.
Appreciate each other.
Appreciate each other. Give thanks to
Tell
the
your
world,
mama you love her.
to the universe,
And
to
tell your
your
daddy
loved
you love
one
that
for
you
being
love him.
for being in your life. Okay, because it's very important. It makes so much difference. Now we have grew.
Or if you don't have a